now, well, I have these thoughts in my mind. So, the title of this video is Mercury and Mars expression. I'll make a video about Mercury and how the history of it, the mythology of it, and how it operates in our body. But I also wanted to make one about Mars because I have a lot of Martian energy within me. And um yeah, I was thinking we all want to leave our imprint and our mark on this world in some way, shape, or form. And you have to know what energies you have within you and how you can use them most effectively. So, with me being a Scorpio at the Aries degree, born on a Tuesday, Mars Day, I have a lot of Martian energy in me. And I was reflecting during this Mercury retrograde, and I was thinking, like, I notice the best results when I act. Not pretend, but when I have action. So, like, when I. But I also have a lot of mercurial energy, and I also notice a lot of great attention too when I speak, specifically when I write, but also when I speak. So I need to moisturize my lips so I don't be licking them the whole time. But yeah, um, so yeah, I want to talk about these two energies, Mercury and Mars. Mercury and Mars. When you think about Mercury, Mercury is all about communication. That's just what it is. Mercury is all about verbal communication, but it's also about nonverbal communication because it rules the nervous system. And so it has control over the autonomic, and I'm just trying to sound smart, but it has control over the voluntary and the involuntary reactions and systems of the body. So if you're a Gemini, that's how you're going to get people's attention, by speaking or by using your hands or just stimulating people's nervous system. And that can be in a good way or a bad way. And that's how people with Martian energy get people's attention as well, especially Aries. Aries get people's attention by being explosive and being impulsive and reacting to things or taking action on and against and towards things like the ram would head on. So what I'm trying to say is, or what I am telling you is that you should know what energy that you are rocking with so that you can best know how to express yourself and get positive reaction from other people in this world. Now, you shouldn't act just to get a positive reaction, but you should want to communicate yourself in a way that other people can understand, because we're all here together, you know. And that's just tapping into your Libran energy of relating to other people. So I could do like a quick rundown off the top of my mind on how you could use your energies based on your sign on how to communicate with people. So, like, if we think about, let's start with Aquarius for whatever reason. Aquarius could tap into their Uranian energy by being unconventional, being an innovator. When they tap into that energy and they invent new things and they show people a new way of doing things and rebelling, that's when they can receive the most attention and positive reward, regard, and feedback. And then they also have Saturnian energy. So when you look at combining the Saturnian energy of Aquarius with the Uranian energy, Saturn is all about limitations. And Uranus is all about breaking them. So when I think about Saturn, I think about our skin, because it holds everything together inside of our body. It's a limitation. It separates what's inside of us. Oh, I have a viewer. It separates what's inside of us. I can't even see who is viewing me. But if you're in the chat, say what's up. But anyways, okay, I don't have a viewer anymore. But yeah, what's inside of us is separated from the outer world because of Saturn. So Aquarius might invent something or do something that breaks the mold to gain attention of other people, you know, to attract eyes and viewers towards their light. So, you know, because we all have a light. So yeah, I'm trying to put those together, like Uranus and Saturn meeting. It's going to be an energy that takes you out of this world and out of your body. And that's an energy that Aquarian people can use in order to live in their purpose and feel, you know, confident about who they are. And then we have Pisces, which is ruled by Neptune. So, of course, we know Neptune rules over film. It rules over your imagination, I would say Leo's more the creativity energy, but Neptune is a creative energy because you have to be creative in order to have an imagination. But Neptune is something that's making things appear a certain way. So Pisces are, you know, if you want to shine your light in this world as a Pisces and gain positive like feedback from the world, but also make a positive contribution to it, you can tap into those skills of creating an escape for people that's healthy, like social media is an example. It could be used as a healthy escape, or just, you know, these platforms that, like, just even movies and film. And I follow a lot of people who live in different places of the world, and they show us what it's like, and that provides an escape for people. I just followed this one girl. She lives in Jamaica, and she's posting things back to back to back to back to back. And it's literally inspiring because I see her diligence. I see her never-ending stream of creativity. She's continuing to do these things, and it takes you to another place. So that's how Pisces can kind of tap into that energy. And I didn't plan on doing all these signs, but let me try to speed it up because this video is about Mars and Mercury and self-expression. So after Pisces, we got Aries, and Aries is ruled by Mars. So here we go. Here we go with the Mars. So in order for Mars to show up in this world, in Aries, and bring like a positive light to who they are. One second, y'all. I have a bad cat. Well, he's not bad, but he's a little unruly. But in order for Aries to kind of show up and express who they are, it's good for them to come up, well, it's not really something that they have to try. It's something that they automatically can tap into, which is just being a leader. Because my sister's an Aries, and she's always tapped into that energy since she was young. And it's inspiring because I'm a Scorpio, and I too have the Martian energy. It's just like Scorpio's more inward and Aries is more expressive. But I've always seen my sister, she used to dance. She started working from a young age. She helped contribute to the family by like helping take care of me and my other sister in certain ways. I see these leadership qualities, and yes, they were tapped into quite early. So when you tap into those separate leadership kind of qualities at a young age, when you're ideally still operating with the outer crowd, like, you know, your peers, and learning how to be a part of groups and learning teamwork, when you tap into the separateness, Aries energy, a little too early, it can advance you and make you more mature and make you more It can make you just reminisce or miss or long for the opportunity to be a child. And so I think that's a reason why Aries carry that energy into adulthood, of having that childlike energy, because it's something that they might have been forced out of. But anyways, yeah, Aries can tap into that leadership, especially when it deals with business and just being their own boss and showing people how to be your own boss and how to just be creative, and set an example for, just to set an example for others. I know Aries people and I'm very inspired by them because Aries is very close to the spirit realm, and their Martian energy, whether it's in Aries or Scorpio, is very pure because it deals with the fire. And we know that fire burns. If light, you light the fire, like, I don't even know if I could show you guys. I don't know if you would see it. I don't know if you would see the color change with this copper, but okay, I really should not be breathing this stuff in. But that's what it's called, to anneal copper wire. Yes, it turns very dark, but if I were to quench this and put it in the water, I'm going on a tangent. I am going on a tangent. But anyways, I'm trying to say that fire purifies things. And so that's what the Aries energy does. It helps to purify things. And so another thing that Aries can do in order to express themselves and shine a positive light on this world is to cause conflict. And I know that sounds problematic, but think about the Aries and the Scorpios in your life, because we're talking about Mars. And think about the conflict that might surround them. But conflict is not a bad thing. Conflict is what helps us grow. If you're climbing up a mountain and there's a ton of pebbles and I don't know, if you're climbing up a mountain and there's like you're going at it and you're going good, you're going up the mountain, because I've climbed mountains before, and then you just get to a point, say there's like 10 people and they're just like, oh man, we're tired, and they're just blocking your path. Like, you have to find a way to get around them so that you can continue on to your goal. Now, one way you can get around them is to be like, yo, I got to get through, because I'm not stopping, and I'm not about to sit and let the energy that I have dwindle down by sitting on the mountain. I got to keep going with the momentum that I got. Or you can use some of your energy to encourage the people that are there who are stuck and it's hard for them to continue climbing the mountain, to encourage them, and you all can climb. And then all of y'all energy collectively helps get y'all all to the top of the mountain even faster than you could have alone. So that's another way that Martian energy can work. Now, that doesn't necessarily... Now, yeah, okay, I was going to say that's not like a conflict between the people, but those people being in the way of the person who had the initial energy is a conflict. And when you're faced with conflicts, it causes you to move stagnant energies inside of you around, and it causes you to shake things up so that you can change and be transformed. And I just made a status about this on Facebook about how Aries does this. They cause conflict in order for you to see who you are as a person and your personality and who you are. The conflict that you have with the Aries or an Arian energy will cause you to transform in a way that you have to face something head on. And then when you look at like Scorpio, it's like the conflict comes, but it's more mental and it's more inward. And it'll show you the darker parts of yourself so that you can transform by accepting those parts of yourself or killing those parts of yourself. You can live with them or you can purge them out. which is something that Mars does. So, like, if you're Aries and you're looking for a way that you could become creative, you could you could be like a fitness trainer, or you really could be anything you want to be. But your focus could be, I'm going to use my energy, my strength to help people purge themselves so that they can be transformed. I'm going to shine my fire on them. I'm going to blaze my fire on them so that they can be purified. And that can be done in many different ways. Like, even if we look at, let's say, a prison system for someone who's committed a let's not say like too bad of a crime, but if someone spends time in prison, that can go one or two ways. You know, they could become part of the prison cycle, or, you know, someone who changes like Malcolm X or something goes in and they become renewed through isolation and through, you know, Aries is a separate energy. It separates itself because it's a leader. So when you're separated and you're in the enclosed space, you know, you're having to face yourself head on. If you were like isolated in a prison or something, it could purge you and you could come out renewed. But in the purging process, you do have to put, after you purge, you have to put new energy in you. But I've gone long on that. So going on to the next sign, we have Taurus. I think so. Yeah, Taurus. So Taurus is ruled by Venus, and we know that Taurus is like the earth goddess. You know, it's like all about this earthy energy. And it's like Taurus provides like a stability for people. And so if you are a Taurus and you're looking for a way to be creative and express who you are in this world, you could create a foundation for people to connect with the earth, and it doesn't just have to be the earth, but it's more so just about allowing people to slow down and be expressive in their physical senses. I know a lot of people with Taurus energy who are like massage therapists or connected to food in some way, or just something that enhances the senses. Anything that's really enhancing those physical senses is a way that a Taurus person can empower themselves in order to, you know, help empower those around them and their environment. And then we're looking at Gemini, which is bringing us back to Mercury. And a part of me wants to stop going through all of these signs because that wasn't my initial plan. So I might stop here at Gemini because I wanted to talk about Mercury being like a powerful planet of creativity. I went pretty in depth with Mars already, and I'm a rambler when I talk about these things. Like in the world of astrology, I just like to ramble on because I connect a lot of thoughts at once. And when we're looking at Mercury, which is the ruler of Gemini and Virgo, in the ancient world, you know, Mercury was known as Hermes, the messenger god, you know, the one that could go between the heavens and the earth and bring a message from the heavens down to the earth. Now, I said I have like a lot of mercurial energy and Martian energy within me. And then like the Martian energy, you know, relates to the Scorpio, the Tuesday that I was born on, in the 13th degree, being born at that with my son at that degree. That relates to my Martian energy. But what relates to my mercurial energy is I have Moon, Mars, and my rising sign in Virgo, which is ruled by Mercury. And then I also have my name, Angel, which means messenger in the Hebrew or whatever other language. It means messenger, and that's what Mercury was, a messenger. So I know that I was put here to be an expressive and communicative person. And so, like, just to finish out talking about Geminis, of course, you know, anything that involves them communicating with others, um, you know, being creative with how they could how they could relay a message to anyone in a creative way, like through, you know, through verbal communication first, but also through, you know, things that involve your nervous system or involve your, like, even yoga or something like that, you know, is something someone who is a Gemini or Virgo could really utilize to make a positive impact in this world. Or librarian is a good one for a Gemini, or someone who's like a keeper of like records or something like that. But let me go back to talking about how Mercury helps you to express in this world. So Mercury is one of the most powerful. I'll say all the personal planets are powerful for you to express who you are, but Mercury is pretty powerful to me because it can go like all places. It can go high and it can go low. It can go into the details of things and bring those details out to the bigger picture. So I think about my dad. He's a Gemini, and Gemini is ruled by Mercury. And my dad loves to keep a record of video footage for the means of storytelling. I've watched him over my whole life tell a story through film. He, like, back in the day when we didn't have cell phones and stuff, my dad had a camera, and like he invested his money in that. A lot of people didn't have cameras back then, and he had one of those big cameras and he would record everything. I mean, like, he even has a music video on YouTube and it's really dope. I show it to my friends and stuff, but it's like, so yeah, like, he uses his mercurial energy to communicate through film, but he also does it through sound because he's a DJ. And, you know, just over my life, I've seen it tell a story because, like, I now have footage. He sent me a video the other day of, like, my great-grandpa's brother or something. So, like, if you know me and you followed my journey, you know that I do photography, and I've done it since I was in high school. And it's like, through seeing my dad do it and my grandpa, it's like it's awakened a part of me that, like, it's awakened a part of my DNA in order for me to communicate, you know, through like a holistic sense. Like, on my channel, like on my Instagram, I create, and this light is just so bright. That's why I moved it off of my head. It's actually like making my head hurt, and I'm like, oh, I need to stop recording this video. But yeah, when I create on my Instagram page, like, I like to use like a lot of elements. I always pick like a dope song. I even have a playlist for like my Instagram Reels videos. And then, like, I've just been like blessed with the eye to know like what kind of angles and tools to use to make it visually appealing, which is using my Taurian, my Venetian energy, or Taurus energy that I have. And then I have like the Mars, my passion. Like, you can feel the passion in my videos, and I'm not saying this to toot my own horn. I'm just saying it because I'm a witness to it, just like everyone else. Because I'm just a vessel, and that's also what a messenger is. Like, I remember I used to study really deeply certain like passages in the Bible and stuff, and whenever they would talk about the angels or the messengers of God, like, they would describe them as people, but it would be like the person would just be the vessel, and there would be a distinctive energy flowing through them that was instilled in that person to carry a message from the Most High to that person. So, enough with my rambling. The reason for me sharing this information is to highlight how as you continue to get to know who you are and know yourself, know thyself, it's very important for you to understand that you have, let's say you got 7 chakras, or you just have all these energies within you. You have the power to utilize them, and you have the power to tap into different ones, at in divine timing and at the proper times, so that you can express who you are to this world. And as long as you do that with confidence, you can't go wrong. If you keep confidence and you keep gratitude and thankfulness that you have these energies inside of you that make you unique, you will always be able to effectively express yourself and communicate the message that the higher source put within you to give to this world. So yeah, that was 26 minutes of a brain dump. And if you got some requests, let me know. But I kind of like this. There was a few people coming in and out, and like, I don't know if it's like real people or bots or what. It's kind of like I was just trying to monitor myself and see if it made me like nervous or not, because it can be nerve-wracking sometimes to speak in front of people. But I try to remain calm, and I try to keep my train of thought focused. But yeah, I'll probably do some more lives, and they'll probably get more organized the more comfortable I get. And who knows, there's just certain times of the year that I just get a huge surge of energy to just make like 10 videos at once and just post them. And then it's cool, because then it creates like a library for people to view if they're interested. But yeah, thanks for watching, and good night. Happy Mars Day. And stay creative and stay expressive.